Let's say this workflow fails. We want to handle that failure in some way, right? Actually, before we even get into that, let me go ahead and make it so that this API call fails. We're going to make this call to .comma, and because that's not a valid domain, when we run this workflow, it's going to try to make that API call. It's going to fail. This workflow is going to fail. Nothing worked, right? If we go back to the definition, there's a very handy setting called the failure workflow. This is very similar to a try-catch, right? It's if this thing fails, do something else. And so in this case, maybe we want to call the alert workflow. And so now when I call this workflow and I go ahead and actually click run, right? This workflow is still going to fail. I didn't fix anything. It's still going to make an API call to something that doesn't exist. But now you'll notice in the top, there's a little bubble that says triggered failure workflow, right? And if I go over to where that is, it's a pretty boring workflow. It doesn't actually do anything, but we could do whatever we wanted here, right? We could trigger a Slack notification or a PagerDuty notification, or this workflow that we've triggered as part of our failure actually gets the entire state of the workflow that failed as input. So we can actually go ahead and make decisions within our failure workflow about the other workflow that actually failed. We could undo things that it already did. We could go ahead and make reasoning and logical decisions. And that's something you could even involve an AI or LLM to do, right?